At the end of the month, why did the wallet become empty again? Where did the money go? Once the salary is paid every month, the salary slips away unknowingly. To accumulate wealth, you must learn to reduce expenditure and control your own consumption habits before you are qualified to talk about investment and create wealth freedom. The following are 7 psychological techniques for saving money effectively so that you can learn to control your income step by step, avoid consumption traps, and create the basic conditions for economic autonomy. 1. Use the cash. Don't underestimate this trivial action. People are emotional animals and will be emotionally dependent on the banknotes they touch. When you give out banknotes, you will have a heartache. Using cash can help us restrain our desire to buy, because it is a substance that can be seen and touched. Compared to swiping a card or mobile phone payment, it will take action after repeated consideration. If you use a credit card or mobile phone to pay, it is digital. The payment process is just a digital beating, and little emotional impact. Therefore, when spending money, they are unlikely to think so much, nor are they able to restrict their consumption behavior. It is recommended to withdraw only a limited amount each week. For example, you can only use $200 to $300 per week. Take the money out of the bank and tell yourself that you can only spend that money this week. This can effectively curb self-pay. 2. Convert price to hourly income. Everyone has something they want to buy. Clothes, shoes, bags, etc. When you want to buy an item, convert the price of the item into your hourly salary. Suppose the price of this pair of sneakers is $500, and your hourly salary is only $20. Then ask yourself if it's worth working for this pair of sneakers for 25 hours. When you want to buy luxury goods, try to ask yourself this question. This will make you think that it is not cost-effective to replace these items with such a long time. Of course, you can still buy the things you want to buy. But to measure whether it is worthwhile to spend such a long time and labor to buy luxury goods, at this time, you will have an extra layer of consideration when spending. Don't spend money casually because of immediate emotional impulse, but think carefully about whether it is worth spending so much time, energy, and opportunity cost to exchange this thing. 3. Ignore promotions. Promotions are something we encounter every day, whether it is the internet, TV, or shopping malls. Those products are like a daily promotion. Some people get more and more excited as they watch them, so they immediately place orders. I will force myself not to watch ads and only buy the things I wrote on my shopping list. Avoiding promotional activities is a relatively negative technique. When you reduce the number of times you see advertisements, you will be less likely to buy things impulsively. Make a shopping list before shopping, and don't buy extra incidentally things, such as buying an extra pack of gum at the cashier, or an extra cup of great coffee. This idea of buying incidentally will cause additional expenses for yourself. Over time, it will cause a lot of expenses. These are not a good consumer mentality. Remember to buy only the things you plan. 4. Delayed consumption. With some simple tricks, we can deceive our brains to avoid impulse purchases and delay satisfaction. For example, drink a glass of cold water and wait for 5 minutes to calm yourself down, or force yourself to leave the item you want to buy. If you divert your attention, your sense of material need will temporarily fade. When the idea of buying appears, wait for 3 to 5 days to test whether you really need this item. After 3 or 5 days, you will know if you have any urgency for this thing. Warren Buffett also said, investment is to delay current consumer behavior. When he wants to buy something, he will first ask himself, do I really need to buy this thing right now? Use the delayed consumption method to reduce expenditure. When consuming during the promotion period, be careful to buy more unnecessary things. If this promotion plan just meets your needs, it is indeed more cost-effective. However, in order to reach the preferential threshold, we often buy more than needed and spend more than expected. As a result, it is useless to buy too much and it is overdue, but it becomes a waste. Next time you feel price concessions, you should calm down and think about whether you need so many things. 5. Make good use of credit cards. Most newcomers in society, after working for a period of time, have a credit card. Their expenses will suddenly skyrocket. The reason is simple because credit cards always have various consumer rewards, such as points, cashback, meal discounts, etc. Such incentives will continue to influence our shopping decisions. Once we have all the necessities that we should buy in a month, we will buy some things we don't need at all because we want to get the rewards brought by the credit card. Although credit cards will stimulate our desire to consume, in fact, if you make good use of them, you can actually make money. I often encourage my friends to sign a credit card to use, but don't sign randomly. It depends on where you usually spend your money and which card is more suitable for you. If you often advertise on the internet to buy things, you can choose a credit card with online shopping discounts and cashback. If you are in business, you need to drive around frequently. Then apply for a business credit card with refueling feedback. The accounts are kept in the company, and you can earn points and cashback instead. But remember, the purpose of this card is for work needs, not to spend money on you. In addition, the credit card has another advantage, that is, you can build your credit history. In many cases, we cannot borrow loans to buy a house or do business, etc. It is because you are too innocent and the bank dare not lend you money because he does not know whether you have the ability and credit to pay back the money. Frequent use of credit cards can create a credit record for yourself, letting everyone know that you are a person who borrows and repays. As long as you pay off your card on time every month, when you want to buy a house in the future, you can get a relatively better loan plan. Regarding good debts and bad debts, we will introduce them in the future. 6. Monthly statement. If you can't measure your cash flow, you can't manage it. Most people often don't know why their money disappears inexplicably, not because it is playing hide and seek with you, it's because you don't manage it properly and value it. When you record the expenditure of each item of expenditure each month, you can clearly know where your money has gone, and you can also know what unpredictable expenditures you often have. For example, temporary parties, gas bills, clothing, etc. Check your monthly statement every month to understand where you spend your money, whether it is similar to what you expected, or if there is a part where you spend too much, you need to control it. You can record each income and expenditure on a financial management app so that every month there will be images and data that tell you clearly and remind you of your spending habits. 7. Income distribution. Under normal circumstances, you can divide your income into 6 points. Put 10% into your fun account for recreation or to do something you have never done before. I mean sky jump, not the crime. Put 10% into your education fund to improve your abilities. Put 10% into your dedication account to help others. Put 10% into your financial freedom account for investment and passive income creation. Put 10% into a long-term deposit account to prevent unexpected needs. Finally, the remaining 50% is used for daily expenses. If you find that 50% of your income is not enough to cover your daily expenses, then you have to take a good look at your spending habits. You don't need a lot of money to support living expenses. It just depends on whether you're willing to delay enjoyment and less entertainment for the future. If there is a surplus of income, then put it into the first 5 accounts in the same proportion. Most people can't save money because they never plan for their income. When your income is spent randomly, the money will easily slip out of your hands. In short, as long as you understand your income and manage it well, you can control your money. The above are the 7 tips we provide you. We hope that are helpful to everyone. Here is Monopony. Welcome to like, comment and subscribe. See you next episode.